Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are checking out Memories of Mine by Unnamed. This is a recommendation from some of you, and I always love to check out Unnamed songs. As you know, they always deliver. So I'm ready to jump in. I hope you are all as well. Let's just hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, got like a radio crackle. These soft keys, digital percussion. I hear like, I think that's sort of some like underlying strings as well. Okay. Nice. I like how that's nice. I like how I'm already pausing, but I love how we come in very much louder than our like ambient track introduction, but we also join in with the bass and this treble. I believe that's like a treble synth up high, which I really like that. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Alright. Higher supporting vocal followed by a lower supporting vocal, as we kind of have this very heavily affected guitar, I believe. Along with the synth. If I'm hearing that right, it sounds like we've got like this very heavily digitally affected guitar with our synth kind of very lightly filling in those treble tonalities. Nice. I like how those vocals layer there. Oh. Okay, that was very interesting right there. We had I was expecting it to kind of build up, you know, like well we did build up, but I was expecting the vocals to like kind of belt out and then go into like a more faster paced chorus. But instead we actually came down before we hit the impact of our build up, and then we filled in with this like light airy chorus instead, which is very, very unique. Like a very unique. I did also want to comment, I feel like when I'm talking about those treble tonalities up high with the synth, I'm trying to catch if those are actually synth tones, or maybe they're just like keys and the guitar that are being very digitally affected, that almost sounds like they're being filled in with these ambient synth tones, but I'm not sure if I can quite catch that yet. And I do believe we do get some supporting strings very subtly, but it's kind of hard to differentiate from what's just the digital effects on our tracks and what's actually another track that's being added here. Yeah, that's interesting there. Ooh, that was nice. That's interesting. I like that transition. That was really clean. We had this like treble pulse. Usually you will kind of have like a bass pulse on those kind of intermediary transitions, but after like when you have like a segment after a build up and then you're going into this like ramp up segment to continue off of it, you'd usually have like a bass pulse or maybe even like an instrumental cutout. But it's a really cool how we actually opted for a treble pulse here, bringing out more treble tones. I really like these. These are really cool mix choices that we've got here. Not only the EQ switch up on our transition from our build up, but also just here like how we're utilizing our EQ, how we're utilizing our mix for these transitions is relatively unorthodox. And we do actually have a percussive pull out there. Bring out more bass tones though. And then treble. Are we gonna come back with bass? No, we're going higher. Okay. I like that soft vocal layered there. That's really nice. I really like how we're playing around with the mix. This is the kind of song I would listen to like over and over again, trying to see all the little like tricks and little like details that are in here. This is really nice. I mean, I love what we're doing with the mix here. It's very subtle as well for the most part, right? Because you know, on the forefront of things, the vocals are there, and you just have this beautiful voice that Unnamed's presenting to us, and then underneath all of that, and sometimes even like going over it, we have this instrumentation that's very dynamic, like super dynamic, especially for a lot of the like more digital elements that it has. It's really nice to see Unnamed not falling back on that repetition that you see a lot of songs, even without digital instrumentation, which here I don't believe is necessarily digital instrumentation for the most part, aside from the percussion. I believe it's mostly just like instrumental tracks that are getting like reverb and like digital effect on them. As well as obviously, you know, EQ manipulation, but I don't believe they're necessarily digital tracks aside from the percussion. Though the keys could be, and I believe that we had some strings earlier, which could also be. But the main point was we're not really relying on the repetition of the instrumentation as a foundation. We're actually having it be very dynamic, having it really suit Unnamed's voice and showcase it, because like at every moment we're having the instrumentation adjust to make sure it's in the best place to showcase Unnamed's voice. And not only that, even the other vocal tracks that Unnamed has in here are also just like filling up the mix, and we're having these really nice shifts from like bass pulses to treble focuses to coming back down and then lifting back up. It's very fluid, very dynamic, and it's just it's a treat to listen to. Oh, nice. Did we have like a woodwind matching that? That was really nice. That's cool. That's really cool, having the woodwind there. Oh, I love that. I really like that. Big lift. Nice. Ooh. Okay. Really shifting from way up high to a lot more bass support. Ooh. Ooh, I love that. I love how breathy. I love how breathy that was on the support there. Nice. We're really getting those bass tones up high. Got some palm muted interjectory picking here. Nice, that was a nice run right there. Belting it out now. Okay. Pulling out some tracks. Going back. Nice. Bringing back the radio crackle. Ooh. Nice. I like that wavering after the exhales. Oh, we had the vocal projection, and then after that we have this wavering on the exhale, which was, I mean, it's just those little details that add so much when you stack all those little details together. Ooh, nice. That's real. That's, we had that. We dipped down low, like more abdominal, and she was like they were like singing from their diaphragm, and then we brought that back up into that breathiness super fluidly. I mean, that was such a clean transition there. Right here. I mean, just, they have these incredible, it's just this incredible versatility. Ooh. Nice. Nice. That's really good. That's really nice. That was, I really like how we layered those together. Oh, we got pretty patterns on it. That's cool. And Mine, or Mine, as always, incredible guitarist. Man, that was awesome. That was really good. I mean, okay, first things first, I have like pretty much like nothing but good things to say about this song, but I will say one criticism that I do want to point out is, like, there was some awesome, I mean, there was awesome mix control here, some awesome EQ manipulation, but I will say there were a couple points, multiple points actually, where and it was mainly when we were bringing an impact, where I think the bass tonalities were just a little too much. It felt kind of like it was peaking, because it was like, it felt like a little bit messy when the like lower guitars would come in with the bass, with the drums, to match up on these like big moments. I'm not sure if I can find where right now, but there were a couple points, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier as well, but I mean, for the most part, it was not an issue at all. It was only on for these brief moments, on transitions as well. And because it was on transitions, you know, it may have not even been accidental. Like, it may have been an intentional impact that was added in. I think it was just a little too much, especially for such a, like, an emotional and soft song. If it was more of like a dance, like intense, like a crazy switch up song, then I would have just like overlooked it completely. I would have been like, oh yeah, that's pretty normal. But I did think it was a little weird to have in like this kind of song. But it may have been intentional, I'm not sure. But aside from that, I mean, that's like a very minor thing that wasn't even present for a vast majority of the song. So like these vocals, I mean I want to talk about the vocals first because there was some incredible usage of like multiple vocal tracks. We would go from like higher supports, and then we would dip down low. So we'd have a lower support following a high support, and then we'd come back up high, but we'd set the main vocal to where the support was, and then we'd support even higher, and then we'd add this like breathiness and this lightness as we kind of pull out of our bass tonalities. It was such a clean transition. And then we'd go from that into setting our main vocal lower where our previous support was. So we were like trading off between where our vocal supports were and where our main vocal was. And it was super fun to see how that shifted the mix. I mean, it was really, really nice. I mean, it's hard to find a lot of songs that have that much mix awareness, where the instrumentation is very fluid and not for the sake of like theatrics as much as actually showcasing the vocal, because this is a vocal centric song. You know, it wasn't like the vocals were just another instrument. Like, this is showcasing the vocals, but because of how fluid and dynamic that instrumentation is, that instrumentation doesn't need a big moment or anything to shine, because it's always putting the vocals in the spotlight, which by default makes you notice how well it suits the song. So overall, I mean, this was such a cool song from Unnamed, and probably like my favorite of anything they've put out yet. I mean, this might be my favorite work from Unnamed so far. And that's saying a lot, because I think Unnamed has probably some of my favorite reactions I've done on this channel. They're an incredible vocalist. I mean, and they've got an awesome team. I love their guitarist. Their guitarist was really nice here. It didn't look like we had like a crazy solo or anything, but it was still super clean. We actually had like some layered guitar tracks at one point, especially when the palm muting came in. I believe I mentioned that as well. When the palm muting came in, we had some like layered guitar tracks there as well, which was nice. It was very soft. It was just like some subtle strumming on the higher pitches. And it was very treble tonality as well, like treble tone as well. And it was just kind of soft in the back as a support, and then we had like that palm muting very up high. Actually, I believe the palm muting was even like higher than the vocals, I think, at that point, which was actually quite nice, because it led into the instrumentation kind of taking a step back and letting the vocals just blow it out of the water. It was super, super cool. So thank you very much for recommending that I check this out. I believe it. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I believe it was Cupcake and some others who recommended that I check this out and let me know that this came out. So thank you very much. Sorry if I jump scared you on accident there, but I'll see you all next time. And as always, feel free to recommend more things for me to check out in the comments below. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.